Sorry, I'm still busy eating some late night cereal.
I too am snacking on cereal.
I mean, it's literally zero effort.
Well, now I feel left out because I had a late night baked potato.
Baked
I'm
potatoes are
I'm
good.
um I'm unfortunately a little too poor to have produce right now. Oh yeah, I hit the record button by the way.
Oh, okay. So hello there. The post mid break snack check is brought to you by Dried Cereal, mainly because we don't have a sponsor. I'm not selling what brand of cereal that I am snacking on, but yeah. If anybody else in the party here is snacking on stuff, I'd like to hear what you've got. Apparently, I'm not the only one enjoying cereal tonight.
My
Damn
brand of
Skippy.
cereal is Air Flakes.
I have to look at the box to remember.
Oh well, let's not do any brand names here. Because again, we are not sponsored. I would love for us to be sponsored. I'd put so much more effort into this if we were sponsored. But yeah, just the post mid break is brought to you by Dry Cereal and apparently baked potatoes.
Air Flakes.
Yeah, and Air Flakes.
Oh, potato.
When you need a light snack, turn to Air Flakes.
Photosynthesis. When you need a light snack, photosynthesis.
Become algae.
That's everybody's solution. Become algae. World hunger solved.
But just remember to hit the like, subscribe button, and all the comments down below. Show love to everybody that replied at the beginning here. And if we don't have anything else to talk about, let's dial back in and turn over to Mr. Boss Tom.
All right. With goodbyes said, infested minds signed over, food gathered, the group meets up, ready to head out and leave cargoes behind once more.
Mm.
Would you all like to do?
We had to go north east.
Yeah.
All for
It
axe beaks
would.
were brought here, right?
All what's?
Of the axe beaks?
Yes, they were delivered.
Awesome.
Yeah. Clyde is with us in silk armor. But yeah,
Nice.
Mercury will relay to them the path that he was told to take to go on the way up towards the knolls.
Okay then.
All right. And since this offering is going to be on your behalf and you are trying the peace talks, here you go. And she's just gonna drop 5 like 10-pound fucking trouts just
They are going on the sled that's being pulled by Clyde, along with the 1 hare, 6 winter fowl, and the hefty elk.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. That is not your slogan.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
So there you go, some fresh fish to go with it.
Greatly appreciated.
Let's just hope that they appreciate some fresh food.
They're
want to
gnolls.
add
They,
to
they
it.
they should definitely they're gnolls. They should definitely appreciate fresh food.
Indeed. So just to kind of remind our audience about our axe beaks, Flash has a normal one. Octavia has the big buxom queen axe beak here, and Mercury has the hungry one.
Yeah, Mercury wants to eat him.
Yep, I got the bossiest one. But I gave her
And
enough of
Mercury's
an evil eye. She knows who the real boss is.
Mercury's axe beak is named Shimmer.
And as you are reunited with Shimmer Mercury, give me an animal handling check.
Oh boy. Ten.
And here I was just about to say you are undamaged goods now because of the reset.
You're able to mount up all right, but that bird's got a hungry gleam in her eye. I want to watch that.
Meanwhile, Octavia is going, Rava, it is good to see you, and you are looking as fine feathered as always. Come along, let's go ahead and lead the pack as we always do.
Mercury's just gonna say, "Don't give me that look. I can create bands for your muzzle out at will."
Threatening muzzling a creature with a blade sharp beak.
Yes. Does
I'll
yours
just
want
go,
to eat you?
I'll just go ahead and leave that one alone, but no. Rava is dignified and incredibly smart. Knows better than to
Mine is
try and eat.
hungry.
Well, then you
Mine is
should feed
hungry.
them. Well, then you should feed him.
Meanwhile, Lass has just been reading the map this entire time, going over the course that Mercury said, not bringing up the fact that her axe beak was never named.
So at the mention of feeding the axe beak, Mercury will lean down and just go, like whisper to his axe beak, "What do you eat?"
The
It jumps at the air in front of you.
head kind of turns towards you, and you get that rapid clicking of a beak as it stares at you. Ah, I see.
Oh,
Okay.
fine. No, 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 no eating my companion. Little bap on the nose. No.
Would you be fine? Would you be fine with a rabbit? He's he's offering to give his axe beak a rabbit so that he doesn't try to eat him, or she doesn't try to eat him. I can't remember if like what gender my axe beak was specified as.
I believe they were girls all.
Okay.
Speaking of feeding
Get
creatures, I had to feed my cat. Her dish was empty, and she was giving me hungry eyes.
Oh, you had to pick a shoe bill for that.
Oh yeah.
So was her dish actually empty, or was it cat empty?
Oh no, it was genuinely empty.
My
Oh
God.
wow, shocker!
Yeah,
Well, she
my
convinced you that that cat empty was empty.
no, genuinely empty. So I was like, I see. See, she knows that I don't respond until her dish is actually empty. She has learned this, so she doesn't give me cat empty. She just goes, "Okay, you can hear my tongue scraping the bottom of the dish. Refill it, Matt. Refill it, slave." And I'm just like,
Get to work, food wench.
basically.
Get to work,
Yeah.
kitchen wench.
So, yeah, that would be the reaction your bird gives looking at the rabbit before it snaps it out of your hand.
He counts his fingers. That's what my stepdad does. He'll offer the dog food. The dog will take it out of his hands. He goes, "Oh," and then just like starts counting his fingers. It's adorable.
Your shadow on the ground, however, does hold up a stump of a hand, basically mimicking the Ace Ventura "I got stabbed in the leg."
I know exactly what scene you're talking about when he got hit with the arrow.
I think we all know which one. Actually, wasn't it a spear? Wasn't it
Yeah,
a
spear in the leg.
Yeah, this
Just
was
I-
leg.
I
Your
am
shadow has
sadly probably the only one out of this list because I never got a chance to watch the Ace Ventura movies.
That is both good and sad. I mean, there are better things you could have watched during those years, but also at the same time, that is a pretty big,
Hold on, I'm
uh,
looking it up.
yeah.
shadow does eventually reform the hand and just kind of that just
Yeah.
my hand is gone.
Well, okay
Before
then.
the shadow hand reforms, and you watch as he kind of mounts the shadow of your bird
All
to ride along.
right. Let us go ahead and make our way. And again, don't eat him. We need him.
Trust me, I'll be off. I'll be all right. After all I've been through, I'm not going to lose my life to a bird that I love so much. And he kind of just like, like leans down and pets it. Like he's just like shit. He heard me, or she heard me say that.
Animal handling disadvantage.
I wouldn't say disadvantage. Just
You get basically what you what the player would know as a very annoyed Canadian goose hiss as you all begin to travel down the road from Targos to Bryn Shander along the East Way.
when Shimmer gives him that hiss, he's just going to turn to his shadow and say, "You're a bad influence."
You can't hear anything, but you know by the gesture it's making, he's hissing at you.
Proving me right. Oh, that reminds me. Did the shadow ever communicate with Mercury with what it wanted when Mercury said that, like, because you cooperated in front of the child, you can get whatever you want?
It has not.
Oh
It's
boy.
It's
saving
waiting
that.
for an opportune time to F you over.
It's saving that.
Oh yeah.
Right, ooh,
And during this little sojourn, uh Octavia would like to make a little detour to try and check up on the palanquin.
Uh, is that in line with the path?
it
It
was
was,
between Bryn Shander and Targos.
yeah,
Okay.
since we're heading to Bryn Shander, if it isn't too much of out of our way kind of thing.
Nope,
Shouldn't be.
not too far out. Not too far out at all. A quick tear off from the road. You do find the Pelican. There appears to be animal tracks around it. Mostly it's buried under a good amount of snow, but it does not look like anything has broken into it.
I'd like to take a little bit of time to use prestidigitation to kind of uncover the palanquin, in case Master Zhao is alive and comes back looking for it.
If anyone wishes to look inside, the bodies are indeed still there.
I would also like to do something on the front door / surface of the palanquin.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to use my I'm going to use the hidden agenda quill, and I'm going to ritual cast. I'm going to ritual cast illusory script, and I'm going to write on the surface of on the front door the message. I'm going to write a message for Master Zhao, telling him that Faye has returned to the monastery, and it will be specifically for only him to be able to read. And I write out a very, very profane array of very harsh words for anyone else who attempts and uses magic to read the words. So it says, "Dearest Master Zhao, your daughter is safe. She made it with us to Targos. She has returned to the monastery. I hope this finds you well. And if you are not Master Zhao, fuck your shit." Or something to that effect. It's going to be incredibly profane and very insulting, but it will be specifically written with only Master Zhao in mind, since I know
If you're not Master Zhao, insert wizard swear here.
Yep. So, to anyone who is not Master Zhao, it will appear to be written in some unknown, unintelligible script.
Noted.
He said that in a tone I didn't like.
Also noted.
Reminds me of a Technoblade video. Did you see the way that he said that? Names noted. That is serial killer talk. We're not hearing from them ever again.
Right, it takes a couple of hours to get from Targos to, or it takes an hour to get from Targos to Bryn Shander since you're all mounted.
Yep.
From Bryn Shander along the East Way. It will be a long trip to get to Care Dinaval. Since this is a more major road between two of the larger cities, East Haven and Bryn Shander, the East Way is actually kept fairly well cleared, even though the snow is relentless. It looks like someone or a group of someone's rather regularly come through with beasts of burden carrying snow plows behind them to clear the way. As you eventually reach the crossroads of the East Way, I would like survival checks from whoever is leading. And what is that clicking noise?
It's not me. I know that much, and I've been hearing it a lot during
It's not me
today's
either.
stream.
Are you maybe potentially hearing me chew on my dry cereal?
No, it's
No,
like a
No.
click,
It,
like
it
a
sounds almost
pin
like,
clicking.
yeah, it sounds either like a pen click, or in my mind it almost sounds like the clicking of
Is that it?
no,
No,
didn't even hear
like
anything. Like fingernail
it sounds
clippers. It has
no,
that
it
kind of snappy quality of like fingernail clips.
no, it yeah, it does kind of sound like somebody's clipping their nails right in front of the microphone.
Weird.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of is occasionally my microphone might be picking up my mouse.
That's probably it. Do you you have Steel Series sonar on, don't you?
Yes. Do I have to pull
It
it up
is the
every time, or should it just automatically come up every time I use the microphone?
it well, do you have it set to start with your computer?
Pulling it up. How would I know?
I think there's a button like
Let's
preferences.
let me see if I can find it. Oh, so in the settings in general, there's a toggle for auto run. It says run Steel Series GG when my computer starts.
Settings, general. Yeah, auto run is on.
Okay, and go to sonar and go to the mic section and see if the Clearcast noise cancellation is on and at max.
Okay, so it was on in sonar. What am I looking at?
Where it says mixer, game, chat, and mic, click on mic. And it should bring you to a page where it'll have like an equalizer, and then below that it says Clearcast AI noise cancellation.
Okay, so mic is up at the top, and equalizer is on. Clearcast AI noise cancellation is at
Students
max.
with
Okay, and what about noise gate? Because if you turn noise gate on, if something is too quiet, it won't pick it up. So something like a mouse click, if it's not like if it's
Noise
it'll
gate is not on.
okay. I would say turn that on, but keep the threshold like very very low, like probably at its lowest.
Okay.
But yeah, something as soft as a mouse click, uh, hopefully would not be picked up by the noise gate.
But,
I think
I
I
did.
think I found the sound source of the noise.
Oh,
What is it?
Every time my air conditioner's coming on, it's blowing near my desk, and it is blowing the key to my gun safe lock up against the safe.
okay.
Oh,
But yeah, it's
wonder
just
why it
when I
sounds
had
kind of
been
rhythmic.
uploading some stuff to like TikTok and whatnot, I noticed that I can, in fact, hear my mouse clicking.
What'd you say, Silsey?
Nothing. Nothing.
oh, well, that's different for you because um, say I can hear my mouse click whenever I am listening directly through my soundboard because uh like you with your headphones connected directly to your microphone, it doesn't go through the computer, so you're not getting the noise
But
cancellation
I'm
from
saying
that.
with the TikToks that I post, it's up. Let me just grab one so you can hear what I'm talking about.
Uh,
Anyway.
Yeah, we veered.
All good.
You can show me after the session.
Yeah. I'll send you the link to it, but like watch it whatever. Anyway,
anyone who wishes to, as you reach the East Way crossroads, roll me perception or survival.
Perception or
perception's gonna be
survival?
a lot better.
I will do
Yep.
perception.
24 for perception.
Fuck my life. 9.
And let's see here.
You probably should have done the survival. Wouldn't you have proficiency or advantage in it?
8.
Believe it or not, I'm not even proficient in survival. I'm half proficient.
She's a bard with a toe in ranger.
Okay, and
just
I'm a
enough to give
rogue
me a
with
subclass.
and I'm a rogue with a toe in rogue, and my survival is 5.
I'm just gonna roll out my bad rolls now. Okay. Though I guess technically, because this is still my preferred terrain, I would get advantage on a perception roll, so...
Yes, any int or wisdom
Crap. Okay.
made here.
Which one popped up first? Okay, so...
24.
Yeah.
24, 24, 8. Octavia Mercury, as you approach the crossroads on the East Way, heading south, you see they start off shallow at first and then get deeper and deeper until you see the melted down to the ground footprints. You see a wagon pulling up to the footprints. Wagon tracks pulling up to the footprints. The footprints stop and the wagon tracks head south.
Is snow not filling the footsteps?
No, these footprints are melted down to the ground.
I see our little friend has made their way south. Mercury, what direction?
Dugan's Hole.
It is toward Dugan's Hole. What direction is your null?
The exact opposite direction.
Fuck. Fuck. If they got picked up by a wagon. Going down to Dugan's Hole. Ugh.
Listen, I know this is not exactly the smartest idea, but the null situation is entirely my own. So if you
No.
want to investigate Dugan's Hole, you are welcome to.
No, we shouldn't part ways. Both for my safety and for yours, I need to stick with you. So, we'll deal with the nulls, we'll be quick about it, and then we really need to make our way down to Dugan's Hole. I hope nothing bad happens to whatever the little sunspot is.
If you're certain.
I'm certain.
All right. Let's see if we can meet up with whatever soldiers. That I already forgot her name. Out of character.
Marshal Nemesis, or Nemi.
The Marshal sent.
Indeed. Let's make haste. And Octavia is going to once again take the lead, and she's going to try and up the pace to double.
Right. turning off the east way to head north. The path is no longer shoveled out. The snow does get deep in spots, but you do set a fairly decent enough pace.
I could potentially give the help action on any survival checks by using prestidigitation to clear out the path in front of us as we're running.
Well, fortunately, difficult terrain doesn't slow our group's travel if we travel for more than an hour. So, and we cannot become lost except by magical means.
Oh, great! Guess what we're surrounded by?
And well, they mean like they mean like obvious illusions and crap. But yeah.
Just reminds me of when Mercury and Nile had to walk backwards around a tree.
Who?
Shut up. You know who I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Jake knows who Nile is.
I'm wondering.
Mercury does not.
I would love to see the proof. Another time, though. Another time.
Right. One moment while this second picture loads. It'll be done eventually. Approach, care, then follow.
Why is it every single time I see the name, it just makes me think, Cara Paravel? I'm just like, what the fuck? We're not reading C.S. Lewis. What the fuck is going on here? Get out of my head, Charles. Okay. And we're coming in from the east road. Or the...
Yep.
Through the western area, because we're
Yeah,
entering.
and coming from the east way.
Yeah.
Indeed. These,
How much further are these knolls? Like, generally, I am perfectly fine with sit down work, but you'd think that in my profession, my ass would not be this sore.
You still have a long way to go.
I need a break. I'm sorry. And Lash will dismount from her axe beak once they're within city limits or town limits. Once we're within civilization, she's getting off the axe beak for a bit. Oh, they're multiplying.
Oh no. Oh no. Now they're gonna start shimmying. Cube still see to select them all and then start hitting the flip command to flip them left to right. Oh god.
Oh, that needs to be an animated emote, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Breakdance!
Oh. The first thing noticed about the town is the impressive stone fort up on the hill and the remains of a ruined watchtower. As you get closer, you begin to see what look like the remains of crumbled defensive walls that have long since deteriorated down into nothing.
Ugh. Is there a stable here for our axe beaks, or
What's the rough time?
Normal travel here without animals is 10 hours, with animals 5. So it has been
And-
7 hours since you left this morning.
okay? She also did say that she was going to try to push us like double speed.
Yep, so
Double speed, and we aren't affected by difficult terrain for travel of over an hour.
So that 5 becomes 2.5, maybe.
we will.
The axe beaks aren't happy, but we make a pretty
Axe
damn
beaks
good
are not
time.
happy. Axe beaks
My
are not
ass is
happy,
not
but
happy.
you managed to make it here in about 4.5 hours total.
Fair enough.
So it would be just a bit after noon if you all left out early this morning.
I'm gonna have to see if anybody here is a professional butt fluffer.
Darling, if there's someone here who fluffs butts, I don't think they do it professionally. And I don't think you would necessarily want them to be the ones to fluff your bottom.
I would be happy to have a lumberjack again.
I can't believe we're having this conversation every town we go to.
Neither can I.
As you enter the town, you see that this place's harbor has been completely frozen solid. And you can see what looks like ferry boats, meaning that this place got a lot of its resources from across the lake. If you wish, you can stop any of the people who are moving around between the buildings to
Oh, there
ask
are people.
about. There are people.
You know,
See, I
looking-
was under the impression.
Looking at this map, do you know what it reminds me of?
What would that be?
Dawnstar. Dawnstar. That is the map layout of Dawnstar.
Almost.
Close.
Actually, it is. It is pretty damn close. Yeah.
So if you wish to stop and speak to anybody, you're more than welcome to.
I will go ahead and see if I can hail down a guard if I see one.
You see a person in blue armor with a white tower on the chest and a red fish underneath.
Excuse me. Hello.
Welcome to Caradivan. We don't get a lot of overland travel.
I sort of got that impression. We were looking to see if there was a place that we might be able to take a short rest, let our steeds get fed and watered properly. Is there somewhere we can go here in town?
Well, the inn would be closed. Been closed for a couple months now. There's the tavern, the uphill climb, and there's the care. That's where the speaker's housed up.
Well, we wouldn't want to interrupt the speaker if they have what I imagine is fairly dire business to try and handle. I see your port is not exactly bustling.
He leans a bit more on the halberd at his side.
Unlock a new energy efficiency.
Yeah.
Sauna. Automate work.
Whole thing's been frozen for a while now. We used to get all of our merchants and such from East Haven by way of ferries, but well, odds out towards the lake completely froze solid.
Frost hit everybody. I am sorry for your troubles. If ever you find yourselves in need of anything, you can always reach out to Targos. More specifically, you can reach out to me, actually. The name is Octavia Juventus Pontius Roth. I'm the owner and proprietor of the shop Belladonna Fair. We've been distributing as many supplies as we could to as many towns as we could reach, but I'm going to guess that many or most of our supplies have not made it out this far.
No, not a lot. Not a lot comes by road anymore.
That is concerning. I don't suppose any other additional things have been going on, like, say, null attacks?
Only thing really strange around here is Beaker Chronic's been down in his health for months now.
Huh. Looks over to Lash. You know, someone in poor health is just someone who's looking for a nice warming little touch. Perhaps dropping by the care would be a good move. We could have our steeds tended to, and we could see about providing some much needed assistance.
I can get in a good bit of walking too.
Indeed. Get some of that wear and tear off your bottom.
I don't think my posterior could use some wear and tear. But we'll take care of that later.
Indeed. Thank you, sir, for your assistance.
More than welcome.
And with that, Octavia's gonna go ahead and take the lead after climbing down off of Reva, and just going to lead the party up toward the care.
As you begin to leave, the guard kind of pipes up. Careful of the Beaker's personal guards. They've been a touch irritable since he got sick.
Thank you for the heads up.
Irritable in what regard?
I imagine it has something to do with the gloom. Let's tread carefully, but I'm basically going to assume nothing is a coincidence anymore.
looked between Octavia and Mercury and back to Octavia. I guess you're learning. I don't know. Doesn't seem my place to say.
Either way, we
No.
have to be quick.
But maybe not too quick. And she is rubbing her sore bottom as while walking.
Oh, trust me, if we don't deal with this, your sore bottom's going to be the least of your worries.
Well, excuse me. Not everybody has an exoskeleton to rest upon. Okay, I'm a little plush back there.
Do you want a silk cover for your saddle? I can make you one real quick.
Maybe later. And yeah, no, we'll continue on.
It might be a bit of a sticky cover, but at least you'll know you never fall off.
I am used to sticky.
Sticky white stuff on her behind.
I
I'm
w-
sure she is very accustomed to it.
I regret saying words.
She's
You
rubbing.
can shut up and listen for a while.
She's rubbing off on me. I can't believe it. Ugh.
I would love to, but I don't have the equipment.
Okay, I'm walking.
Octavia's already like 10 feet ahead of you, and she's like power walking with Rava. Just like, right? Nope. We've pushed it too far. Nope. Nope.
It's so damn hilarious that I play the one character that would not like sexual innuendos.
Into the uphill climb or to the care itself?
We are going to the care.
The care. You know what? You two go to the care. I'll go to the tavern because, tavern keepers have the most information.
All right. Go ahead. We'll.
And who knows? Maybe everybody's nerves will be a little more settled without all dark and many-limbed here creeping everybody out.
Well,
I had just gotten used to people not calling me creepy, but thank you.
Glad to keep you on whatever you call toes.
They're tiny little
Lash.
toes, in case you were wondering.
Lash, come on now. All right, you do what you do best, Mercury. Sans killing, of course. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't tell me to do that.
But
do the
I
thing
do-
you do next best, and that is just being your non-murderous part of yourself. We're gonna go to the care, and we're going to see what we might be able to accomplish. We'll meet you back here at the climb.
And I do apologize for being extra irritable with you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't be. I deserve it. I at least have that much insight.
All right, just be careful. Be safe.
Okay, so are we gonna follow Mercury, or are we going off to the care?
We are going off to the care. Mercury is going to stay at the climb. So the party is splitting.
Right. We will begin with Mercury at the climb since he is already there.
Alrighty. Plus, he wouldn't be hindered by an uphill climb.
I have a map for the climb, but I just realized that it's all 3 levels of the thing in one map.
I can divide it. Not a problem.
She has the technology.
I do. I
She
have the
does.
technology. I have the power.
The top is the first floor, middle is the second floor, and top is the top of the tower.
Top of the tower to your business, dummy.
I swear I need to make Suction Cup Man happen to be somewhere in the campaign that I'm going to run.
Suction cup man, Rever shot confirmed.
Potentially. If I can find a good build for him. I'm sure somebody has. Hey, I wrote you a song. Maybe I'll sell some little something like this. Da-da-da. You're a bitch. Oh god, could you imagine?
I'm also going to load these, and they do not have grids. Forgive me.
All good.
Could you imagine somebody doing Suction Cup Man in Curse of Strahd?
This would be for the care itself.
Damn, the care is almost like Fort Drum. All it needs is 14-inch guns.
It does have a giant javelin shooting ballistas at the top of the front-facing towers.
All right. They're not super neat and fancy schmancy, but they are all divided.
It's like the fanciest
We're all
tavern in the
in
world.
this together.
Ground floor.
You will be entering. You will be entering where the blue carpet is in the middle of the ground floor, behind the L-shaped bar. There is. Where's the a rather rough-looking, middle-aged human who looks up as the doors open. Letting the draft in, shut the damn doors.
He does so.
He gives you a look up and down.
Yeah, he doesn't say a word. He approaches the bar.
We have chowder. No beer, no spirits. Ran out of that a month ago.
Ah, you don't have to worry. I'm not here for any of that.
If you want rooms, I don't got any free ones. Go up to the damned castle.
Not exactly here for that either. I'm here for rumors. Specific ones.
Specific rumors.
Yeah, I'm looking into the null situation up to the northeast. Technically, I'm looking into the entire situation that's happening all around here. Me and my group that went up to the Seeker's place. But I decided to come here because in my adventures, I've learned that barkeeps have most information. Essentially, I'm here to deal with problems.
Well, if you want to deal with problems, head up and talk to the people at the keep. Unless you want to start hauling beer and ale up from East Haven by road.
Unfortunately, I am not a transporter. I am a killer. I deal with living problems. Like the Knolls. Do you have any useful information on the Knolls? And trust me, I know one side between the Knoll War is undead and a vampire at their head. What I don't know is numbers.
Wouldn't be able to tell you too much on that.
I was afraid you say that. It was worth a shot, but
He leans forward on the bar and looks you straight into the mask. Go up and talk to the folks at the castle. Adventure, right?
yeah.
He looks around once more. Despite all the little cutie silsies, the place does seem just absolutely dead. No one is here. And he once again says, I ain't got any rooms here. So you might go up and see at the castle.
Player is stupid.
Player is stupid. He's
Player is
trying
stupid.
to be he's trying to be subtle and point you towards the castle that something's there.
Something is amiss.
We have to save my family.
Yeah, he will. He'll just nod and say, "Thank you for your time."
Gives a nod, straightens back up.
Yeah, he will. He'll put 2 silver on the counter because he knows information comes at a cost. But he's basically saying, like, you gave me very little.
It was a nudge in the right direction.
Yep, and 2 silver is a nudge towards financial stability.
Use my man.
Forgot about that. The first time I ever seen that, I lost my shit. Oh my god. I was laughing for a solid 10 minutes. I swore I was tired.
Okay, so
Stupid humor
what-
is my absolute favorite. Yeah, he's gonna make his way towards the castle.
Man, I didn't get to finish drawing my party. That's okay. I'll just put them away for now.
She's a party animal.
Put them in the castle up on top of like in the guard positions.
Instant transmission to the care.
Do.
Arriving at the cairn. When you all leave Mercury behind at the climb, the rest of you make your way up further to the cairn. You do not see the normal blue, white tower, red fish armor on the guards outside. You see blackened armor with a deep aqua coat over them, and painted on the chest plate is an upside down blue triangle with a black sword.
I'm gonna lean into Octavian. Does this symbolism mean anything to you? Because I kind of.
It's been a while since I've been anywhere near here. Give me a moment. And does it mean anything to me? Dear DM.
Give me a history or an arcana.
It's the same either way, so let's go with history. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Don't screw me over. Oh, so close to a natural 20. 19.
19. This is not the heraldry of any of the 10 towns.
Oh. Okay. That's actually concerning.
And?
Lash, darling, that's not heraldry that actually belongs to anyone around here. Like, anyone here.
Could I make an insight check on them? Just to kind of see whether or not they're being guarding because there's trouble afoot, or guarding because they're up to something nefarious.
Roll an insight.
Yeah, 14. Maybe Octavia can get a better claim.
I give you help.
21.
21.
These are less guards to keep the peace. These are guards to keep people out.
So do we just give them a hail and well met, or how do you want to approach this? Because they don't want visitors.
Well, it's a good thing we're not visitors. We have an appointment.
We do.
Just follow my lead.
So how quickly, question Lee, how long would it take for Mercury to have talked and then made his way up to the
Well, that didn't take
castle?
you
Because
long
that
at all.
Yeah,
Not terribly long. The bartender was very quickly, you don't want to be here. Go be an adventurer up there and make shenanigans.
yeah. So would I be able to do history when I see the things?
Yes.
Hey everybody! It's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man!
That is a 2.
That is a no.
However, let's see.
Oh, don't you have to roll something for Shadow?
Yeah, I have to roll something for Shadow.
Indeed.
Might
Living
assist or
shadow,
hinder.
ominous will. Immediately after you make a attack roll or ability check or saving throw and roll a 1, your shadow exerts will of its own and might assist or hinder you.
Hey everybody! It's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man!
So the next time you or a creature within 30 feet of you that you can see makes an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, roll a d4. If it's odd, reduce the number by that total. If it's even, increase it. So your shadow is going to have shenanigans next time
Mhm.
someone rolls something.
He just that like eventually meets up with the other two. Wow, you're not in yet.
That's
Just-
so.
We
Yeah.
just got here. They're not looking friendly. Follow my lead. I'm going to talk us in. And Octavia is going to bossily walk forward.
Do you
And
need
Flash
me
is
to
going
sneak
to
in?
shut up and follow.
Do you need me to sneak in?
Sneak in if you can, but if you do sneak in, be your absolute sneakiest.
Will do.
Anything else any of you wish to do before Octavia begins to talk?
Before I screw this up and get us all thrown in the dungeon, where we're gonna get hit up by some guy who's just waiting for us to drop the soap.
Okay, so I made my stealth check at a 17, and then I rolled a 2 for my d4, so that would be an additional 2, so 19.
As you begin to stealth away, turning back down like you're leaving the area, your shadow will make a point to dart up along the dark, snowy path, tipping at the two guards' shadows, making them turn their heads away as you disappear from sight.
Nice.
Which side do you decide to go? Do you want to go to your right or to your left?
He will go to his right, so it'd be around the left side. Yeah, that way.
While we are approaching, I would like to give the help action for Silsey to do the talking bit by using prestidigitation to warm the guards' armor so that hopefully they are in a better mindset. So that's my help action.
As you approach, you see them ready shields and hands go to swords at their side.
Oh, a fine greeting from the guards of this town. Do you have any idea how long we've been traveling from Targos to get here?
My rump is really sore.
We don't really care. Speaker Cranach Severe is ill and not taking guests.
Really? That's quaint and curious, since he was the one who sent us a missive asking for pharmaceuticals in the first place. Now, I don't mean to tell you how to do your jobs, but we have appointments to keep. We have nulls to destroy. We have all kinds of things we're supposed to be doing. But I'm having to stand here and I'm having to argue with you. Now you can go ahead and step out of our way and let us complete our business here, or your speaker can end up continuing to be sick and eventually dying. We already got the payment for it, but regardless.
They look to each other and pull the shields up further in front of them. No missiles have left out of here, I'm afraid.
Oh, really? Then what do you call... And she is going to reach into her pocket and she's going to pull out a piece of parchment that she is going to create through minor illusion. What will look like a piece of paper. And she's going to hold it up, and it's going to have the original... It's going to have the... It's going to have like a warped wax symbol that looks like it's been cut on the top of it. Not really clearly recognizable. The paper is going to be kind of crinkled, but it's going to be written in such a way that it is clearly asking for aid.
Did you just DIY psychic paper from Dr. Who?
Kinda, sorta. And I am attempting to deceive these guys into believing that I actually got a missive.
The one guard takes the paper, begins to look at it before crumbling it up in his fist. Nothing has left the care. He begins to step forward when a voice comes out from behind. Gentlemen! Gentlemen! Can't you see you're in the presence of someone above your station to be talking to? You watch as a very, very bright red, balding tiefling with a paunched belly, the same teal, dark teal coat, and a pendant hanging low off his neck that matches the symbol on the guard's armor and shield. Please,
oh God, these images are so big. Give me a second.
While we're giving her a second, I would like to divine sense to see if this is a normal tiefling or maybe something a bit more infernal.
He's fat.
Crap. Okay, how am I gonna open this? What the fuck?
How
Open a browser.
how big is that I was gonna say, how big is the image of that tiefling?
It's not that it is so big, it's that it is refusing to format properly. Give me a moment. Give me but a moment. Okay.
Second of your eye.
Let me try
That dude's-
one from a different part of the book.
That
Oh, it
dude's
was the
face-
map that's giving you issues.
Yeah,
Yep,
the page is wanting to only load as a WebP file,
Ew.
which is not immediately compatible with operations in Photoshop. So Photoshop was like, bitch, the fuck you ain't. So I'm like, I'm sorry. Please don't hate me.
The smugness on that tiefling's face looks like he was the only tiefling in the human village to be accepted by them.
But yeah,
Well,
a quick divine sense.
Divine Sense. You let me read Wobber real quick. Read that.
Presence of strong evil reduced on your senses like noxious odor and powerful good rings heavenly in your ear. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 10 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type, celestial, fiend, dead, or any being whose presence you sense but not its identity, like the Godfather there, for instance. In the same areas, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Halep spell.
Awesome, good to know. You get desecrated object pings off all these amulets.
Oh,
Love
that's awesome.
It is.
And Octavia is going to go ahead and actually bend down, pick up the crumpled paper. She's going to straighten it back out, fold it carefully, put it back in her pocket. At least someone here actually knows how manners work. I'm sorry
here
for
is
my
a
late
better-
arrival.
Here's you a better view of the amulet hanging off of his neck. And I had a picture of what these knights look like too, but I can't. I've been sitting here silently looking for it, but I haven't been able to find it yet. Yes, that's the stat sheet. I need the. There it is. It comes in only token form, but it is very just thick black iron plates. They have a dark teal cloak on the back with a red silk shirt underneath the armor. So, Lash, do you make an attempt to warn Octavia about what you just pinged, or do you let Octavia keep speaking as this tiefling steps out? Just the smuggest of smug grins on his face. Please.
While in my bipedal form, do I keep the ability to do tactile telekinesis? Or is that a weapon form only? Because it's not really clear on that.
I think it's the weapon only. It's so weird. It gives me two different tokens for what these people look like. It's got these giant armored guys, and then it's got the blue cloak guys. But it describes them as armored with blue cloaks.
Yep, unlimited telepathy only in weapon form. Crap. So I will put a hand on Octavia's shoulder before whipping out my fan to cover my mouth as I whisper into her ear. Desecrated amulets.
Good work is never done, I guess.
Please, join me in the keep here. We'll talk inside away from the brutish guards. They've been a bit on ease since our lord has been so grievously ill for this past, but this cold has just simply drained him of his vitality. Come. Join me, please.
Of course. And she's going to give a very foul look at the gentleman who crumpled her actually blank piece of paper, but she just made it look written upon. I'm going to remember you, especially when I speak to our fair lady later.
There's no reaction from this.
And I just follow Octavia inside, but I am on high alert.
I am Kadroth. his lordship's voice while his is absent in his sickness.
In his current state, yes, I understand. I certainly hope all other matters go well here.
Oh, yes, the care has been doing very well, even with the Lord's horrid affliction. We have been maintaining the town, making sure that everything runs nice and smoothly for him.
So, yeah, over on the right side where the wall is, Mercury would have climbed over as a way of, like, to get inside. So I'm guessing he would see the two come in.
As you make your way up the wall along near the tower, you do see that there are other armed figures patrolling the roof and tower tops and wall tops. A couple arming the large javelin throwing ballistas. You see a stairway leading down into the tower. You also see a door leading into the building. And you do see Lash and Octavia being led by just the smuggest, plumpest tiefling. And if there was a sun out, you would probably be blinded by the baldness of the head. This ain't normal
No,
bald. This is
but you don't understand. There's plenty of sunshine being blown up both of our asses.
Okay, so I can see that there is shining coming from the building, so I'm assuming those are windows.
Yes.
Mercury is going to try to aim to climb into one of those windows. So he's going to, like, climb up the wall, over it, back down so he's inside, and then look around before he makes his way to the window. So I'm assuming another stealth roll.
Where shall I post guards, by the way?
They're by the fires on each of the towers.
Okay. Just one?
So the red dot, yeah, just one by each of the red dots on the towers.
So yes,
Yes,
he's
give me-
going to be...
And what is this blue-robed guy? I grabbed his token.
That would be the ballista individuals.
How many?
One at each of the front corner. So yeah, the front corners have an armored guard and a ballista fellow.
Gotcha.
This place, this is a fair amount of security for just a sick lord.
Yeah.
22 for my stealth check.
22. You managed to creep up, over, and down, along the side of the tower, and into one of the second floor windows.
Yeah, like this whole campaign, I've been feeling like a fighter disguised as a rogue, so I want to do some rogue things.
Do some rogue things. Hadroth leads you inside. Well, now that we're out of the cold and miserable dankness of it all, what brings you, lovely ladies, all the way out here to Cairdenval?
Well, my business takes me a little bit further abroad, hither, thither, far and yon. Had to come up with a good cover story for coming out this far. I imagine you understand why. Discretion is sort of necessary at this current stage of things. I trust that I can confide in you for that.
He stops and turns his hand going to the amulet as he looks at you. Not quite sure I'm understanding what you're talking about.
Going to reach into my pocket and I'm going to pull out the silver coin.
Now at Verizon, we have some
Looks at it.
your peace of mind for all.
Sorry. YouTube ad
He-
suddenly cropped up. Like, I don't care about your iPhone ad. Let me play my Dungeons and Dragons background music.
He looks at the coin and you see his brow furrow a little bit. Is this supposed to mean something to me?
Look a little harder at it. Certainly you wouldn't have been recruited without some sense of at least some kind of magical talent, combat talent. Please don't tell me that we're just picking anybody who has a mildly pearlescent grin to be doing all the odds and ends duties around here.
Yeah, and I would like to do an insight check to see if he actually recognized the coin or if he's just trying to, pull something with us.
Give that insight. You both can if you wish. Mercury, while they're rolling insight, you...
Fuck.
What was that?
11. Fuck. So let's see. Mercury is going to be actually up here. So let's go ahead. Mercury.
Yeah, he's gonna do his usual thing whenever he sneaks into a room. Is he sticks to the ceilings, and he'll tie his cloak to his body so that it doesn't hang down.
Does your cloak hang low? Does a wobble to and fro?
Does it shine in the light? No, because I am a rogue.
I hate that there's so many stupid versions of this map. Let's see. That would be the first floor map that you're on currently.
Oh, this is the first floor? Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the second floor.
That's the second floor.
This is where Mercury is.
Yeah, and Mercury, you find yourself in a lavish bedroom, fireplace, polar bear skin rug.
Make sure the rug isn't breathing.
Otherwise empty.
Chuck Norris has a bear skin rug. The bear's not dead. It's just too afraid to move.
Yeah, Mercury's priority is he's going to find, Lash and Octavia, because he at least wants to know where his party members are and if he can catch in on conversation, because sure, he wants to do some snooping around and stuff like that, but he also wants to be able to protect the two lovely ladies. So while crawling across, he does. Like, but so he'll be crawling across the ceiling to the door. Like, I feel like Mercury's stealth abilities are just so freaking broken. Being able to unlimited spider climb, being able to have no sound on his footsteps, and advantage on stealth.
To the
As you-
window. go to the
As you
door.
exit, you see a large piano, a sitting room, fireplace. There are some guards marching around in patrol.
The gamers don't look up.
Why would they look up? All that's up there is a
Exactly.
chandelier.
Yeah, exactly. So like, that's one of the big reasons why Mercury crawls across the ceiling a lot. Is like, why would people look up?
That's
Not
you.
only that, but
Hay
the
fever, am I right?
not only that, but the chandelier mostly would have the light like pointing down, and the shadow cast by the light pointing down would darken the ceiling a little bit, so he'd
That would
blend in
be
with the
good.
ceiling.
That would be good for the guards upstairs. You see other doors, and you see a large set of staircases. Large staircase that goes down. You might have to get creative to get guards to leave for you to get down the stairs without anyone noticing.
Hmm.
'Cause
Too
as
bad
good
you
as
don't
your
have the
stealth
back of the
is, it's
stealth
not
roll
invisibility.
Yeah. So as he makes his way towards these stairs, he will look to see which way the guards are facing.
That one would be looking towards the stairs over this balcony.
All right, and what about the other one on the left?
He would be looking to the south. And that one is on a patrol, slowly moving counterclockwise around the central divide area. Yeah, just like it. So if you wish to use the environment to your advantage, there is the large piano, there are fireplaces, there are doors.
Uh, I would like a grid.
Ask what you shall receive.
Thank you, thank you.
Give me a moment so I can make it properly sized. Because this is scaled for a different map of different proportions. So everything's gotta get scaled up a bit. But, there you go.
This is how we do it.
It's not precise. It's the best I can do for the moment.
Uh, is there like a ring or something that just the only thing it does is give Mage Hand? Because I'm supposed to have Mage Hand with my shadow, but I don't. I can't get it as a spell.
You can't just edit your sheet to have Mage Hand.
Nope. Like when I manage spells, all it says is you do not have spell casting or pack magic spells to manage.
Ring.
I'm not seeing anything that just gives you Mage Hand. Weird. Maybe you could use Magic Initiate feat, but then only choose Mage Hand for one of the cantrips that you get from it.
But yeah, I was thinking about that too.
And then, like, yeah, you just don't choose the other cantrip for the first level spell.
Yeah, so which magic initiate would it be? Just any of them?
Just any of them, yeah. Use your Mage Hand to start the Black Raid. Bum, 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 bum.
Druid doesn't have mage hand, does it?
Just do Magic Initiate Wizard.
Wizard
Wizards have
would
all the
be
spells.
sure to have it.
All right. Okay. And then oh goodness. I think I might still be too stupid. Where do I go to edit?
You should be able to just do it from your sheet. You
Oh,
find
yeah, I
where
can.
features and traits are, and then you should be able to just add on a feat.
Let's see, wisdom, and then where's mage hand? Right here. There we go. There we go. I have mage hand now.
You have mage. What would you like to do with your mage hand as you send your shadow to shenanigans?
He will get within the 30 feet of the piano, and he
Good where you
will.
are.
Okay. He will use the mage hand to press one key.
The sounding of the key sounds out. The guard that is looking down the stairs turns to his left, looking towards the other guard who is also by the stairs, as the patrolling guard makes his way to the piano.
What'd you say the other guards did?
The one that's
non-patrolling one?
the one that's looking at the stairs turns left to look at the other person he's up there with. The person who is up there with him walks down towards the. He is going to move closer to the armor while he moves to the piano.
Mercury will move straight up from where he's positioned. He wants to drop down basically like on the very edge of the like basically right there, so he can drop onto the stair rail and climb onto the roof, or well, the ceiling that's the floor below.
You are now on the first floor with Octavia and Lash.
Yeah, I haven't had to play stealth games before.
Which is a
For
shame because it's
Octavia-
like my favorite game genre. Love stuff.
For Octavia and Lash, Kardoth is going to sit at the head of the table in the center of the room, offering you both to sit on either side.
Whatever side Octavia sits on, I'm sitting right next to her. Um,
I do apologize for the somewhat cryptic nature. You see,
um, the insight check.
Upon seeing them, he will travel close to them, but he won't. Like he'll steer clear of the direct light of the chandelier. So I would say like you know what, over Octavia, or no, over Lash. So that way he won't be easily seen when they're walking down the stairs. If anybody walks down the stairs.
And it was an insight check for, I forgot what your insight.
to see if
If
he
the
was
guy
genuinely, see
yeah,
if
the
he
guy
actually
actually
knew
Yeah.
what was
recording or
going
not.
on, or
He genuinely does not recognize the silvered coin.
I guess she did a little too good of a job. But then again, I've been having to deal with business further afield, puts the coin back.
He looks at you, raising an eyebrow. She. Not he.
Are you the beast's lackey?
He steeples his fingers and kind of leans forward. Not a title I've ever heard the Lord called.
I could have sworn that I had been told to connect with some of our allies here. Well, this is most distressing if you're not actually in the know. That is very concerning. It means certain parties have failed. Well, regardless. So, your lordship has remained sick for extended periods of time?
He reaches up once more and brushes a thumb across the amulet. Well, firstly, I would truly like to know who your lords and masters are.
As the humble guests of the lordship of this fine town, I believe it would be more our prerogative to be clued in on where you stand, as clearly the organizational structure is not as was originally posed to us as we set out. Changes have gone on that, well, that I was not made aware of before coming out here. So either you're a part of the game, or we have a problem.
The mention of games seems to strike him, but maybe not the way you're envisioning. He pokes all of his fingertips together in front of him, kind of bouncing his hands between them. It seems the two of us could possibly be on different sides of this game. tell me something. If you would indulge me, please. What is your intention with this winter?
All right. I need to fish a little deeper with this dude's intentions. Like, is he betraying at all, like, a hint where he wants me to say that I want to extend it or that I want to quickly
you
end it? Like, what is this
You are-
dude's general vibe?
you are free to incite him with a help from Lash.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Yeah.
The more you're talking to him, the more it's seeming he's a player in this game, but against the gloom, but possibly not. It's seeming like another possible big bad has had their toes stepped on by this gloom.
Damn it. I want to do a thing, but unfortunately, that would be metagaming.
What would you like to do?
I would like to bring up the good doctor, but Lash doesn't know about the good doctor like that.
So yeah, the Nat 20 Octavia. The
Well,
more you're hinting at working for the gloom, the more hostile he's seeming in his question. So he might be able to be an ally against this gloom if you approach him right.
Ask.
let's say.
I was
Let
gonna
us-
say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say like maybe offer a counter question as to why the speaker is sick.
Well, I do have a direction.
Okay.
Let me cook. I've got a direction here. Well, you strike me as someone who does not actually like chaos. At least not of the sort that has been brought down. And if I am to be fully brutally honest, I am not a fan of it either.
My lord is very agitated with the current chaotic state. He would much prefer order be restored.
And that is, quite honestly, what I and my compatriot aim to do. We have unfortunately encountered people who are not on that same page. I do apologize for my strange direction in questioning at first, as it's difficult to know who to trust.
Were you about to say something, Lash?
No, Octavia literally covered it. I was about to say trust is. Lash was going to say trust is so hard to come by these days. But yeah, Octavia nailed it like the Romans.
Trust is indeed a very rare and highly sought after commodity in these days. We've been having our own issues with chaotic forces enforcing their will.
Yes. The, worldly shell. Not to anyone's liking over here, I imagine. nor the freezing of the waters.
Well, my lord does not quite despise the frigid cold. In fact, he gains most of his flock from it, but there has to come a time when his people are allowed to prosper. And this eternal winter is making it harder and harder for my lord to add to his flock when that usurper is reaping all the cold, weary souls onto herself.
Incidentally, I am meant to go and speak with her to settle things and get her to quiet down. From a party that I represent, someone who is not opposed to your desired ends, I imagine. Only wanting to see order restored. The cities of the Vale made prosperous again. I myself stand to personally gain from resuming business as usual.
That is where we might have a slight problem. You see, my lord wishes whoever has locked this place in an eternal winter to be dealt with in a more permanent manner than seeing them simply rein in their mad wiles.
Oh, by all means, you are free to go ahead and try to permanently handle a prison wild and demented former goddess of winter. Please, by all means, go ahead. Go out to the wastes, just northeast, a little bit further out there in the frigid wastes. I'm sure you'll find her, or she'll find you. She does like to sail through the sky and tear through the aurora just to try and find innocent personages to swoop upon.
While I'm not so foolish to go wandering the ways, my lord has no fear of this godling.
That's what I would have said, normally. If I did not know that she also had backing from rather terrifying figures, so.
That's where we differ. My lord is nigh untouchable, in the most literal senses. No
Even-
harm
So-
can
Even
befall
those,
Your lord,
everyone
So your
wanting
lord
to have a
isn't the
piece
one
all
who
at
is-
once.
so your lord isn't the one who is ill?
No. I'm afraid.
Are you the one making him ill?
Indeed we are. The speaker of this place was one of those who bent the knee to the new management of the realm.
Might we see him?
I would prefer not at the moment if your allegiances might lie with those same people.
The ones who decide to cover their faces in silver are not allies.
He stops and looks at you, and the smile that forms is unsettling and, weirdly enough, genuine. So you faced the silver masked ones as well. I have to admit, I lost a few of my knights to clearing those things out of the care when we took over, but took over we did. The Knights of the Black Sword are done hiding at this time and seek to restore the status quo of the area. Anyone who wishes to see if you know anything about the Knights of the Black Sword, you can roll a religion or a history.
Same modifier for both. Let's go.
Same for me.
16 for history check.
7 for history.
Somehow a 13.
To say Mercury is sheltered would be an understatement.
By the way, I'm making it religion, not history.
Gotcha. Octavia, y'all could be in danger with how you carry on. The Knights of the Black Sword are a knightly order dedicated to, where is it? The Archdevil Levistus. And from what it's sounding like, Levistus has beef with Aru.
Yeah, but I don't want to go hand in hand with a fucking devil. No, thank you. That's bad news bears. Quick mental check. How many guards are in the chamber with us? If any.
None that you've seen in the first floor.
Okay.
And did my 13 in religion tell me anything?
The 13 religion, the Knights of the Black Sword, bit of a religious order. They are formed out of Levistus recruits people who are at death's door, people who are right there about to die, either being frozen to death or starving to death, being trapped somewhere. Death is sitting next to them pouring tea, and Levistus offers them a way out if they serve. Levistus is also one of the few archdevils who can be reasoned with. He likes order.
Yeah. But he's a devil.
He is a devil.
Indeed. Octavia, dear, just in case the silver ones are trying to make a deal with the one upstairs, since he did bend the knee to them, then maybe I should go up solo? That way they're not scrying on him and seeing you potentially being involved in something you shouldn't be.
That would be suitable, I think.
I will then turn my attention
Okay, hold
to-
on. So when Lash says that, she might go up solo, Mercury will drop a little string of web from the ceiling to drop it onto Lash's lap.
What kind of saving throw would I have to make in order to not react when I see it?
Performance.
Okay, I'm okay with performance. Let's see here.
Yeah, the reason why he's using web is because, it could look like it's just a piece of web, like cobweb falling from the ceiling, that just so happened to fall on Lash.
How did I get into the wrong channel?
Hey, no tell.
Shadows Dice Tray.
He's. Oh my god.
Fuck.
As I say, he's essentially going to be telling her like, "Hey, I am here. I heard everything. I will go look in your stead."
So yeah, she lightly jumps when she sees this string just appear, and she'll kind of like try to wave it off.
I'm sorry that I can't silvery barbs it. Silvery barbs has verbal components. And I'm literally sitting at arm's reach with this guy. I'm sorry.
Is
Yeah.
everything alright? Seem a little chumpy.
Yeah, just the strand of something came out of nowhere.
Oh, hold on. Oh, gods, it's really, cobweb. You stride about this castle with cobwebs being spun all over the place. Anyway, that's immaterial.
But may I see the sick lord?
Why would you wish to see them?
Well, we are trying to reduce the amount of influence from the gloom in places we don't want it. You may not have heard the news out of Targos, but they've been expelled from there.
I want to do something that would be hilarious, but I don't know if I should do it.
What do you want to do?
I've been fighting with myself for so much. But you know what? He's gonna do it. He's going to crawl along the ceiling to be above the tiefling. Like to you know, in the position where he would just slowly lower himself from the ceiling on his web to get behind him.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Literally, yes. But after he does so, he's basically just gonna say, like you know, right in his ear, I've heard all I needed to hear. Sounds like you're on our side.
Are you trying to turn this tiefling into an albino?
Like the idea was funny to me, just watching a spider slowly lower himself from the ceiling to behind him.
If this turns
as
out
you-
poorly, you need to be the one to fix it.
He will.
As you speak into his ears, you see his claws dig into the table as he stiffens. Well, then, rather well played to you. Didn't
Oh,
even
don't worry.
notice your killer in the rafters.
That tends to happen, but I am here solely to dispatch the gloom. That being said, the only threat I could possibly make is if the child finds out, then I will comfort him. But if you stay on our side, you'll be fine, and I will guarantee your safety. Do we have a deal?
Child, not names I've heard used for Arul, but
Oh no,
The
the
ones
child is
who
the
are
one.
provoking Arl. Arl has the support of the ones who created the dome. And they operate under the umbrella of what is called the Gloom.
Well, there's something that you need to learn. Is that Arl believes she has power, but she has no power here.
Yet, at least.
We're definitely dealing with people that not even someone like you would want to deal with. But is this place on an intense lockdown? It feels empty.
it is. He motions down to the carpet underneath the table. If you're worried about being listened into, well, my lord has made quite certain that this place is rather on the secure side.
Good, because I don't like having to tip my hand when I don't have to. The number of people I've had to deceive to get this far, I don't even want to think about it. I've already had to lie to gods in order to get this far.
He looks at you and you see an don't even have to roll insight, you see an actual sympathetic look on his face. Oh, and dealing with archdevils can be just as harrowing, believe me. Since
Listen,
we're laying everything out on the table, allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Kadroth, the bookkeeper for the Knights of Levistus. And from the sounds of it, we have a common enemy.
in effect, yes. Though
This-
we may have ultimately somewhat more disparate goals. We want no more for this place to be enveloped in eternal winter than you.
Well, I only wanted the simple answers of you're on our side, and the citizens of this place are safe.
The town is more than safe. In fact, we've been defending it from this, gloom, I suppose you would call it then.
Yeah, those silver mask creatures. I heard you talk about them. I hate them with a fiery passion. But,
They are agents of the gloom. Usually they're twisted people who have been corrupted by powers not meant to be wielded by those who were once mortal and now elevate themselves with power stolen.
Oh, and he's no longer directly behind the guy. He doesn't need to be. He's like off to the side, but he's still standing. He's on the opposite side of him as Octavia is.
I'm
He's
still
just
very
standing
much
with his-
like
with his arm.
I
Yeah,
would
he's
still
got his
very
arms
much like to see
crossed.
the old lord play.
Well, if you must see him, then let us go and see him. He is, well, he's been merely kept in a magical slumber. I may serve a devil, but we're not monsters.
Octavia's
Oh, and,
eyebrows, as you notice, as you have seen, they're thick, but they're not super long. But you see her one eyebrow arch so far up her forehead, you're kind of surprised. You would be probably surprised to think that there's muscle control that far up. She's like, I suppose each devil is different.
I mean, Leland Gaunt is on our side.
He freezes as you mention Leland.
Is this good freeze or bad freeze?
It's why did you name drop someone important? Freeze.
Good or bad? I need to know in case I have to cast a certain particular spell that I can cast as a reaction.
It was. He had the arrogance of, I personally have the ear of someone powerful, and now it's, oh shit. You
I
do
have the ear
too.
of a nobody.
You know Lord Mammon then.
I've met him once, but his subordinate sent me on this mission to clear the gloom from this place.
Met him? His voice squeaks.
Only once.
Impressive friends you have here.
Oh, you don't even want to
Indeed.
know who my ally is.
Anyway, you were leading the way?
Indeed. Upstairs, please. Upstairs.
Internally, Octavia is going to think to her passenger. Well, I guess I don't get to actually flaunt our friendship, but who knows? Maybe I'll be able to show you off to people someday.
I think the funny thing about Mercury name dropping him is he's oblivious or ignorant to the full extent of Leland Gaunt. He just knows that he's an archdevil, so he's just like, oh, I know this. Hey, you mentioned an archdevil. I know an archdevil.
I can't wait for the day that I can finally play Huxley.
He leads you up the stairs. This way, please, this way. As he makes his way up the stairs, you see a black cat coming towards him, hopping up into his arms. He begins to scratch its head. Oh, touche, we have guests. Let us take him to see the lord of this place.
Oh, there's no need to be so nervous. And I'm going to do something risky. I'm gonna do something risky, probably stupid. And I'm gonna cast suggestion on this guy. And I'm going to, as I cast it, just kind of running fingers through my hair as I turn and go. Honestly, we don't want to upset the balance here, so I just suggest that you let us go about our business. Everything will be fine. No troubles.
Indeed.
I will require a wisdom save throw.
While I'm over here, silently screaming in the back of my head, he's taking us to the place. Can you two just stop fucking with him?
Mercury doesn't know he's fucking with him. I mean, he did when he came down from the rafters, but now he's just like, this guy's cool.
13.
That is a fail. So for the next 8 hours, this guy will let us go about our business so long as we do not cause any obvious harm to him or his allies.
He leads you up the stairs. And then from upstairs, he leads you back downstairs that go down deeper than the ground floor. This one does not have a map for that, but
Right.
yeah, it says the basement can be reached from a secret staircase from the second floor.
Gotcha.
As we're let down, you find yourself in what is essentially a dungeon.
So, considering that we are dealing with the gloom and they are potentially scrying on potential pieces, maybe the two of you shouldn't be anywhere near them whenever I do my investigation. I mean, I am the pesky paladin. Help it.
Indeed, I think my presence is more detriment than boon. I'll remain up here on the second floor.
And Mercury, you were supposedly under control, so yeah, and you're not on the best standing with them anyway. Good job. So I think it might be best if I continue on with our lovely tiefling guide solo.
Of
Much as you
course.
both probably hate that word.
Oh no. No, by all means.
What, solo?
Yeah. Like
I mean,
me
Make
going
good
off without
cups.
any of you being my shadow.
Make good cups.
It's really funny you say that word.
Yeah, Lash doesn't know that you can control your shadow like that. Like, she saw
Mhm.
it earlier, but she thought, oh, it's just his thing, fucking with people.
As you're led down into the basement, Lash, you pass by a couple of prison cells, each one with a couple of people in them until he gets you to the last one. There is a comfy-ish bed. It's not, the greatest bed in the world, but it is a bed. And on it, a sleeping figure lies. Tall, a bit brutish looking, bald head. The guy looks like he talks. I'm going to describe it, and you'll be able to picture it immediately in your head how he talks. The kind of person who gets close to your face, turns cherry tomato red, and digs their index finger into your chest as they're talking to you.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Mm.
Ugh.
That's what that guy in the bed looks like. You can almost picture the forehead vein bulging.
The bugging
So I
eyes.
understand.
Ugh.
So I understand why he's down here. If you don't mind my asking, are the other people criminals or just people of interest?
His former staff. Until we can discern their involvement, they're being kept here.
I do like that you're keeping them separate from him. Good, good on that.
They are being fed. They are being allowed beds. As I said, evil, not monsters. Devils have standards.
And about how long has he been out? And Lash will start circling the bed.
2 months. Me and mine were in the town already. When we started noticing changes going on here at the keep, and changes going on at the town. He has, accomplices. Not townsfolk, though.
And you said he was in cahoots with Lil.
He goes over, he exits the cell to a small table and picks up what you recognize as one of the marks of our worship. This was on him.
What a time to not have a zone of truth.
I'm sorry, I'm
Can you
working
wake him
on
up?
it.
I
wake him
must say, I am actually rather pleased to see others resisting this godling.
Indeed. But can you wake him up?
I can't. I
And
would
who
need
can?
that would be one of my associates.
Mercury's shadow is as far as he can go from Mercury to try to listen in.
Your shadow's basically squatting down in the shadows of Lash's tails.
Gotcha.
So one of your associates. Wait. But you can't?
But as grand a figure as I am, I'm no mage as she is.
Good sight. Fuck, 8.
He is indeed grand.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it who I think it is? But I don't think she was a magic user.
Maybe I would have liked to have gotten to the bottom of whether or not he was actually trying to help them out.
Again, I must apologize. She did her sleeping curse on him before she headed back to East Haven to continue her work there.
Who is she?
He really doesn't like to be named.
Really now?
Really?
Don't hurt it. Don't hurt it. Please, dear God, don't actually hurt it. You'll never be more helpful to us than he is right now.
I mean, it's not like I'm trying to do anything nefarious here.
He looks around almost as if he expects someone to appear out of thin air before he stops and gets a bit of a far off look in his eyes. Oh, I see. I see. Well then, in light of a little bit of news that I've just remembered, we'll say. The tiefling you would be looking for is our dear Snowy Avarice. Not just Avarice. I added the snowy part myself. Quite apt with
She
her
is alabaster in coloration.
albino, actually.
Hmm. Can we have a name to just stick with the image because the player is really dumb and already forgot? Thank you.
Avarice.
She's got a crow.
And you say she's gone to East Haven?
Indeed. She's been working on a few bits and bobs in that particular city.
Oh, then
She will be back in a day or so if you and your companions would wish to stay.
We might head out to take care of some business and then return. But should I see this Lady Avarice of yours, I'll let her know exactly how good of a boy you've been. I will lightly pat him on the cheek before starting to head back up, back out, and then up the stairs. Hey, there's not much more I can do down here. It's not like I can threaten him into waking her up. He just said that he couldn't.
Yep. Upon seeing Lash return, Octavia would immediately go, I see you're by yourself. Company trailing behind, I suppose?
I think somebody's down there passing notes during class, but he should be up shortly. Wasn't able to wake the poor man up in order for me to conduct my own investigation on matters, but he was carrying one of the marks of worship. That's really the only really the only evidence I was able to get. So, should we ever find our way to East Haven and meet up with
Cat,
Albino?
you need to not be doing that. Get your claws
Oh.
out of my mattress. You little miscreant beast. You monster.
Since I'm aerating it.
She is. She's tearing the threads out of my box springs.
Good grief. But should we find our way to East Haven anytime soon and meet Albino Tiefling named Avarice, that is the one who can help pull some strings here. Though I have also been informed that she'll be back here in a couple of days.
Perfect. Enough time for us to get rid of Knowles.
Indeed.
Kadrov eventually makes his way back up. My dear guest, I have wondrous news for you all.
Do tell.
Well, being in contact with my lord, he has decided that for now, the three of you and ourselves will hold a bit of an alliance. In fact, he has declared we give you the Northeast Guard Tower for your own personal comings and goings and work.
Well, that is mighty generous. Unfortunately, we're not
Eyebrow
going to be able to use it
disappears
tonight.
upward again. Just like, I see.
But we do have some business to attend to. But it is nice to know that we will have a safe place to rest our heads should we return.
Have the nose come out this far? He's just going to straight up ask that. He goes, have the nose come out this far?
No, they avoid us with the scent of devil around.
Even the vampire knoll.
I have not heard of that one yet.
It's a new development, and one we've been sent to deal with.
So, speaking of vampires, we are burning daylight and must bid you adieu.
Indeed.
Before you do leave, however, I was instructed by my lord to have you speak with another of our member here. Something of a soothsayer, if you will. Said she would have news for you.
All right.
Other eyebrow disappears. I see.
Indeed.
Well, we best make this quick then.
Downstairs we go.
And just as we are getting ready to turn, I would like to do another insight check just to make sure there's no shenanigans going afoot.
Indeed. I would also like to insight check that because I may have hit him with suggestion. And I may have told him that that I suggest he just lets us get along on our business. But if his patron pinged him directly, I imagine that it would not be difficult for an archdevil to nix a spell.
Well, I hope your insight's better than mine, because I just rolled an 11.
Mine's 21.
18.
18, 21.
He's not trying to shenaniganery. He's doing as he's told, and he's told that you're supposed to be taken to the soothsayer to speak with him.
Do the soothsayer.
Very well, as long as it is quick.
It will be, I promise. This way, and he leads you to the room on the upper left with the round table. And I will post a picture of this NPC.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Can this one not try to hit on Mercury?
Who died?
Who died? Still no.
Sab
Sad.
died. Jesus Christ, it's late.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Holy
There we
hell, I just looked at the time.
So
It's a
good.
little bit.
But yeah, for context, in the last campaign, the last Realm of Dread that Mercury was in, there was a tortoise that was like, what, in her 200s?
She was a delight.
She was a delight, but she hit on Mercury like more than Lash hits on strangers.
That's a concerning sentence.
An elderly woman who enjoys the youth.
Alright, let's get this over with and then we'll wrap up. She has a bit of a... she has some things to say with you. So, a chilly draft wafts through this bedroom despite the roaring fire in the hearth. Bundled under a thick quilt and seated in a squat rocking chair in front of the fire is a venerable dwarf with a wooden peg leg where her right foot would be. Next to her on the table is a plate of food. As she looks up to the three of you, she gives a long, weary sigh. I've been dreading this moment.
What
Well, come sit
for?
down.
Uh, well, huh. Um, is there a reason why you have been not looking forward to us arriving?
Because when the three of you come walking in that door with him, and she points to the tiefling, it means I'm to tell you what I've seen.
So you've been
So,
dreading this day because you bear responsibilities. I get that.
All right,
So what
soothsay
have you
away.
seen?
Kitty cat, ouch! Why did you bite me?
because you wouldn't let them aerate the bed,
You
so must
little.
aerate you.
I'm. You are lucky that I am nice. Ow. Ow, that hurt. Ow. Shit. Please continue. Damn.
All right. So, what I've seen in your future, I've seen Zardarok Sunblight, a Dwarger warlord, conquering Icewind Dale unless you defeat him. I've seen Zardarok has a fortress on the surface, hidden in the spine of the world, containing, among other things, a forge powered by the still beating heart of a dragon. Zardarok has a plan for the systematic destruction of tin towns, which you can find the plans for if you search his fortress. And I've also seen that you will all die a terrible death if you rush right off into him. You must test your mettle against the horrors that haunt this land if you hope to survive the perils of Zardarok's fortress.
Out of character, TLDR, we have to level up.
She then looks at you all, looks to the food on the table next to her. I hate knucklehead trout. Before she takes a deep breath, settles back in her rocking chair, and you notice her go very still.
Also, player saying this, can you like write all that stuff down
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
will,
as
in fact.
text? Yes, because I already forgot everything.
Well, don't
will.
worry,
In
because
fact,
I
I'm
also recorded it.
putting it in your current goals and theories.
My brain has RAM, but it's in the kilobytes.
Oh boy.
Has she passed away?
You can medicine check her, but that's what it looks like.
Let's see, medicine and wisdom.
That's an
Okay, so I have
11.
something.
Is she at least breathing?
Doesn't look like it.
Huh.
21.
Alas, she's gone. It seems the reason she was dreading this moment as a soothsayer, she saw that if she gave you all this information, it was going to be her time to die. And around her neck is the same amulet that Kadroth is wearing, which means she is also bound to the Archdevil Levistus. So her soul does belong to him.
Huh.
I will take a small, quiet moment to give a gentle prayer of gentle peace for her unfortunate soul before pulling the quilt up and covering her body. And then turning to the thief. Please make sure her body gets proper burial or laid to rest. I know her soul is elsewhere, but she can be shown respect here.
We do take care of our own. Do not worry about Hethel.
Good.
Although with her loss, we have lost a powerful tool. Her glimpses of the future were what were keeping us one step ahead of Arl's lot. But she did say that her time would come when she shared her last prophecy with the people it was intended to be shared with.
I'm sure your master will find a use for her. And Lash leaves the room, heading to the front.
It's weird seeing somebody else share the same fate as I. Other than my own people, of course. And he does say that out loud.
Yep, and Octavia's just going, another catastrophe on the horizon. One thing after another after another.
Kadroth is going to very gently put a hand on your shoulder. Heavy burden to bear for those of some standing and who catch the eye of powerful beings. You have my sympathy, and you have the support of the Black Blades, or the Black Swords.
Thank you, much appreciated. I think we're going to go ahead and just go now and try and sort out the Null trouble. Hopefully it won't
Yes.
take us too long to get up there. Who knows, we may return within some semblance of good time and we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for your hospitality. We will be departing. And Octavia's gonna go ahead and turn, and she's just going to start going headlong straight back down the steps, straight to the door, not looking at anyone or anything else. She is just looking to leave. She's like, it's just another fucking thing. That's another God's damned calamity. And just, all I wanted to do was just fucking fish. Of course, I can't just have fucking fish. I can't just have a fucking business. It's always some kind of big thing. And she's just going to like start cursing loudly as she makes her way back to the inn where Rava where Rava is. Stupid son. Of course. Soothsayer, soothsayer fucking dies right in front of us, of course. Because that's just how it works.
Do you
And with
need a
that
hug?
rant, go ahead.
Yeah. Mercury just asks Octavius, he goes, "Do you need a hug?"
You
sound
know
like
it's bad
a
when
hug.
you know it's bad when Mercury offers.
No. I'm
Okay, good.
fine.
He's okay, good.
And with that rant, that is where we will end it for the evening. This was a long one.
It was, but it was fun.
I'm glad you had fun.
5 hours? Yeah, technically a long one.
Oh god,
I'm
it
judging.
is such a
Yeah,
big file. It is such a
It
big
is.
file to save.
We started a bit late and we ran even later.
Well,
I
it's
was
just that
judging
there's so
by
much stuff here. Oh god.
I was judging by the time that my